I'm not usually one to get excited about video game releases, especially in 2023. But Vampire: The Masquerade Bloodlines 2 is definitely an exception. The latest leaks have revealed some interesting details about the game. Good evening, everyone. In today's video, we will be discussing a topic that has been on the minds of many gamers, including myself. The status of Vampire: The Masquerade Bloodlines 2. As we all know, it has been almost 3 years since the game was announced, and fans have been eagerly awaiting its release. However, since the announcement, there has been a lot of drama surrounding the game's development, including several delays, a change in developers, and even rumors of a potential cancellation. So, in this video, we will be exploring all the latest information on the game's progress and whether or not it's still coming out. So, let's dive in and see what's happening with Vampire: The Masquerade Bloodlines 2. The long-awaited Vampire: The Masquerade Bloodlines 2. It's been stuck in development hell for what feels like an eternity. First, it was delayed in October 2019. Then, just to keep us on our toes, Paradox announced another delay in August 2020, along with a new release date. And just when we thought we couldn't take it anymore, the game was indefinitely delayed in February 2021. Paradox Interactive has blessed us with a new set of screenshots from the pre-alpha and latest version of the game. And if that's not enough to quench your thirst, the publisher has promised to share more details about Bloodlines 2 in September. For context, for those unfamiliar with the game, Vampire: The Masquerade Bloodlines 2 is an upcoming action role-playing game developed by Hardsuit Labs and published by Paradox Interactive. The game is set in Seattle and follows the story of a human-turned-vampire who must navigate the complex politics and power struggles within the vampire community while trying to uncover the truth behind a series of mysterious, supernatural events. According to an anonymous source, Steam's internal release dates have apparently been leaked via the Steam API. It has been revealed that the highly anticipated sequel to the cult classic game, Vampire: The Masquerade Bloodlines, will finally be released on December 29, 2023. That's right. SteamDB users in Discord have noticed a new interesting entry in the Steam API database, Store API Release Date. This entry shows the hidden release date that the developers have set for the games. So, are these dates accurate? It's hard to say. In some cases. In order to publish a game on Steam, developers are required to establish a confidential release date. This information need not be made public, as outlined in the Steam partner documentation. Developers have the option to customize the release date field with a unique string, which will be displayed on the game's Steam store page. As an example, Dwarf Fortress has chosen to display the concept of time as subjective rather than a specific date on its Steam store page. It is of utmost importance that Valve does not permit developers to automatically alter the release date once it is within 10 days of the date initially set by the developer. Failure to enforce this policy would allow developers to change the release date at any given moment, rendering any dates beyond the 10-day threshold uncertain. The recent leak of internal Steam release dates provides us with a general idea of when developers plan to release their games. However, distinguishing between confirmed and tentative release dates remains a mystery until an official statement is made by the developer. It is important for developers to adhere to Steam's guidelines and requirements in order to ensure a successful launch on the platform. By setting a secret release date and utilizing the customizable release date field, developers can effectively manage their game's launch and build anticipation among potential players. However, figuring out which release dates are real and which are conditional is a mystery that cannot be solved, at least until the developer makes an official statement. As always, I'll leave the link to Steam database source in the description below. If you want, you can check it out later. Now, let's dive into the details of the leak. The release date of December 29th has not yet been confirmed by the developers, but our source has provided additional information regarding the game's features and gameplay mechanics. All thanks to a leak of several minutes of gameplay from an abandoned version of the game. A now deleted post on Reddit suggested that someone from Hardsuit Labs was responsible for the leak. Unfortunately, the original version of the video has already been removed. Trying to find the video on YouTube didn't work for me, and the video embedded within the article was also down. Sadly, there was a thread that popped up on June 9th or so that had what is apparently the video I was mentioning. It's probably been removed as well at this point. Now, before you get too excited, let me clarify that the following gameplay footage is from the cancelled version of Bloodlines 2. So, it's not representative of the actual gameplay mechanics or art style of the game. But hey, it's still pretty cool to watch, and I'm sure it'll pique the interest of many Vampire the Masquerade fans out there. So, now, for those of you who are as excited about this news as we are, you must already know that Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 has been highly anticipated since its announcement. As we all know, this game is the successor to the 50-year-old classic Vampire the Masquerade, and we can only expect that this game is going to be even more epic than the previous one. Before we discuss the current situation of the game, let's take a quick trip down memory lane and look at how the Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines series came to be. The first game in the series was released in 2004, and it quickly gained a loyal fan following due to its immersive storytelling, impressive character development, and unique gameplay mechanics. Unfortunately, the game was plagued with technical issues, which negatively impacted sales, and despite its critical acclaim, it was considered a commercial failure. Fast forward to 2019, and fans were ecstatic to hear that a sequel was in the works. Announced by Paradox Interactive, the game was being developed by Hardsuit Labs, and it was set to be released in 2020, over 15 years after the first game was released. Fans were excited at the prospect of once again diving into the world of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. However, their excitement was short-lived, as several troubling reports began to emerge about the game's development. The drama surrounding Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. One of the major issues surrounding the development of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 was the change in developers. In 2020, it was announced that Hardsuit Labs was no longer working on the game, and that Paradox Interactive was taking over development. This news was a massive blow to fans, as Hardsuit Labs had gained a positive reputation in the industry, and fans were looking forward to seeing what they would do with the game. Another major issue that impacted the game was the multiple delays it faced. Originally set to be released in 2020, the game was then delayed to 2021, and then later postponed indefinitely. These delays put a damper on fans' excitement, and many began to worry that the game would never see the light of day. The lack of communication from the developers only added to these concerns, as fans were left in the dark regarding the game's status. Adding to the drama, there were also reports that several key members of the development team had left the project. This was a cause for concern, as these developers were responsible for creating many of the game's most memorable features. Additionally, rumors began to spread that the game had been cancelled altogether, leaving fans devastated and disappointed. Latest updates on Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Despite all the drama surrounding the game, there have been some recent developments that give fans hope that the game is still in development. In August of 2021, Paradox Interactive released a statement stating that hard work and tough decisions had been made regarding the game's development, and that it was still in progress. While this statement was vague, it did provide some reassurance to fans that the game was not cancelled. Furthermore, in September of 2021, Chris McDonough, the lead producer of the game, released a statement on Reddit, stating that the development team was committed to delivering the best possible game, and that they were making progress towards that goal. While again, this statement did not provide any concrete updates on the game's release date, it did show that the development team was still actively working on the project. So, to answer the question of whether Vampire: The Masquerade Bloodlines 2 is still happening or not, the answer is possibly. While there has been drama surrounding the game's development, there have been recent updates that give fans hope that it will still be released. Only time will tell when exactly the game will be released and what it will entail, but one thing is for sure: fans are still eagerly anticipating its arrival. Thank you for watching this video, and stay tuned for any further updates on Vampire: The Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Overall, this news has us incredibly excited for the release of Vampire: The Masquerade Bloodlines 2. We can't wait to explore the dark and complex world of the game and see how our choices shape the story. Of course, we'll keep you updated on any further developments or confirmations regarding the release date. So, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell to stay in the know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.